All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, a couple of years ago, quarterback Trevor Lawrence was on the fast track to stardom as he appeared to be one of those can't miss prospects, rather, excuse me. You think about Lawrence's time at Clemson. He was the ACC's Player of the Year back in 2020. He was two-time first-team All ACC. He was also a first-team All American. He led the Tigers to one national championship, and they were on the cusp of repeating as he got them to the national championship game in the following year. Now, in 2021, we saw Lawrence be the first overall pick of that year's draft as he went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But after we saw Lawrence dominate collegiately at Clemson, it just has not been that smooth for him in the National Football League. You're talking about a guy right now who has a career record of just 20 wins and 33 losses, 60 touchdowns to 40 interceptions, a completion percentage career wise just over 63. He's also been sacked 105 times. And outside of helping the Jacksonville Jaguars win their division in 2022, get to the postseason, win a playoff game, it really has not come together for Trevor Lawrence. And of course, you look at the way that this season has begun for Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're 0-3. We just saw them get run off the field this past Monday night, courtesy of the Buffalo Bills. And honestly, the play of Trevor Lawrence really, is not helping the situation. I mean, you just look at the game Monday night rather, for Trevor Lawrence against Buffalo. It was a flat out disaster. Okay, you're talking about he was 21 of 38 passing for a buck 78, one touchdown and one pick. And that one touchdown throw that he did make, that was just his second touchdown pass in this early season. Not a lot of people, myself included, had it on their bingo cards that Lawrence was going to get benched because the Jaguars were getting blown out so bad, and we were going to see Mac Jones take over. That is how bad it was for him. And for me, you look at it, Lawrence has his critics at this point of his career, and any of those critics, they have more ammunition right now to go out there and criticize, him for his play or lack thereof, as his play on the field is really hindering Jacksonville's chances at this point. You think about it. I mean, there were some people that have been skeptical about Trevor Lawrence already. And of course, Jacksonville, for their sake, did not help the situation where earlier this year they gave him that 5-year extension for 275 with $200 million guaranteed, which means, guess what? Mr. Lawrence ain't leaving Northern Florida anytime soon. You look at it with this Jaguars offense under head coach Doug Peterson so far this season, they're 27th in the National Football League in total yardage. They have the pieces in place, offensively at least, to be better than what we've seen so far. But the bottom line is it begins and ends with their starting quarterback. And for me, some people, they can come at it from different ways as far as how they feel about Trevor Lawrence in the NFL right now. The bottom line is this: I just don't see the hunger like it was once upon a time when he was at Clemson. It's one of those where the game just came to him so easily at times collegiately. The level of competition has completely gone up. And Trevor Lawrence has gone from being an unflappable guy at the collegiate level to being flappable. Okay. And that is an issue. That is something that is hindering him. And of course, that is something that is hindering the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like I said, he came in appearing to be a can't miss guy. Now, Trevor Lawrence, the way that he is playing like a liability for the Jags. He was a guy who was able to elevate his game and elevate the games of others around him during his time collegiately. That has not been the case for him so far in the NFL. You look at this for Doug Peterson. This is his third year as the head coach of Jacksonville, 2 9-8 seasons under his belt. But guess what? If Trevor Lawrence cannot play better, Doug Peterson is going to be out of a job very soon because, again, with $200 million guaranteed coming and $275 million altogether, you're not going to sit up there and get rid of that guy. Which means if Doug Peterson cannot fix Trevor Lawrence, if Doug Peterson is unable to get the most out of Trevor Lawrence, then guess what? They're going to bring somebody in else in Duval County that's going to do it. Plain and simple, the AFC South is the Texans to lose. You look at Jacksonville, they're 0-3. You look at Tennessee, they're 0-3. And you look at Indianapolis, they're 1-2. Houston's going to win this division running away. This is more than likely going to be a one-bid division because I really don't see at this point Jacksonville being able to dig themselves out of this hole in order to be a postseason team. Also, especially if Trevor Lawrence does not improve his play. And from what we've seen so far during his NFL career, there's not a lot there that's going to entail any enthusiasm, any positivity going to say, hey, you know what? This guy's going to turn it around. Trevor Lawrence was a great college player. It has not transcended to the National Football League. Will it be able to be different for him at some point? Possibly. But with what we have seen so far from him, I'm not that optimistic. Jacksonville, it's one of those, like I talked about with my friend Mark Jenkins last night. A lot of these teams, investing a lot of money in these quarterbacks that have not proven it yet. Trevor Lawrence is one of those guys. And with the way that he's going, I'm not sure that he ever will. Is the passion gone? I don't know. But the bottom line is he just simply ain't the guy that we once saw when he was wearing those orange breeches for the Clemson Tigers. But folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank all of you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I am signing off. And I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.